Do you know what's harder than finding a needle in a haystack? Trading without understanding supply and demand. Luckily, you're in the right place because today I'm going to show you how to strike gold in the world of Forex by mastering supply and demand. If you're new to trading or you can't find something that works, this is the video you need to watch. I'm going to break it down for you, make it really simple, and you can start practicing this right away. They say you can't have your cake and eat it too, but with this recession-proof Forex trading strategy, using supply and demand, you can have your profits and keep them too. When you're looking at this, you can see that we have supply and demand marked off. Now, over here to the left, we have a bearish candle, and then a bullish run, strong push to the upside. So this is a demand area. And over here to the right, we can see a bullish candle here with a strong push to the downside, which created an area of supply. When this happens, we expect price to eventually return to this area. You could see how it pushed away and then came back into the demand area. And the same for supply, comes back into the supply area. And when this happens, then it's expected to travel to its next destination, the next area of supply or demand. And you have to determine where the best spot is, where your entry is going to be, what type of candle pattern, stop loss, take profit. Now, when we jump down to the chart, we could take a look here. This is Euro USD on the 1 hour chart. And why are we on the 1 hour? Well, it can help refine our entries, trying to find the best location to get in on a trade. I have this all marked off. You can see that these are just areas of supply all marked off. There is no demand levels marked at all, though you can see on the chart that price does react to the demand areas as well here. But the reason we have supply marked off, because if we zoom this out, you can see that there was no question that price was pushing down for a long time. You can see the stronger trend is in a bearish direction. So to help improve your odds, you're trying to target the supply areas, looking for a trade to go in a bearish direction. Now, what we'll do is we're going to drop down to the 5-minute chart, and I just want to show you as quick as I can here, just to show you what you're looking for when this happens. Now, we're going to start off right at the beginning. So we've got this area marked off. You can see the areas originally marked off. And as we go into this, the first area of supply gets tapped into. It just touches it. And then you can see this bearish candle right here closes evenly with the bullish candle. Now, this is a strong reversal signal, and you could have gotten in on this. And when you do that, you would have gotten in on the close of the candle, and you would have to decide where you want to put your stop loss, somewhere above and aiming for the low. And in this case here, you can see that this was a risk to reward to 2.83. And this trade took 2 hours and 35 minutes to play out. So just to give you an idea on how long some of these trades are going to take. Now, price comes up into that second area of supply that we had marked off. And right away, I'm sure most of you could recognize that this is a very good signal to get in on the trade. We've got push up into the area. Got a rejection here, followed by an engulfing pattern. Now, I wouldn't be targeting the low here because this isn't a very good risk to reward. Now, if I was going for something, it would have to be bigger. Otherwise, I'm not going to take the trade at all now. At least 1 to 2 to make it worth my while. And you can see how this one played out. Now you could go for bigger runs if you want. This was a 5-hour trade. We've got another area here of supply marked off. And eventually, price does come in back into that area of supply here. And you can see how it's rejecting into this area. And then there's an engulfing pattern here. Now, if your stop loss was too close, you could have been stopped out here, or you would have decided maybe to get in on another entry here. And then you would have targeted the low. So let's just say you got in on this one, stop loss somewhere above. You have to decide where you want to put it, and you're targeting the low. And this happens over and over again. With this one, was a 4.64 trade for a risk to reward, and this one here took 5 hours to play out. Now we created another area of supply here, and price does eventually come into it, and you can see how it comes up here. Strong rejection. This would have been a clear spot to get in on the trade, and you would have been targeting the low. Now, let me take a look at this. Oh, this one actually, oops, this one actually played out fairly quick. And 2 hours and 35 minutes. Risk to reward 3.43. There was another area here that we had marked off, and another one here, and another one here. Price comes up. You can see again. Price comes up. Stalls out. Signs of exhaustion, followed by an engulfing pattern. Stop loss somewhere above. Targeting the low. Risk to reward 3.24. It took 2 hours and 20 minutes to play out. Trading supply and demand in Forex is like having a secret weapon that nobody else knows about. It's kind of like how John Wick's enemies never see him coming until it's too late. Price keeps going, comes back up, finally into that area of supply that we had marked off. And what do we see? Touches into the area and then an engulfing pattern right there. So, stop loss somewhere above, targeting the low. And with this one here, this was risk to reward 2.25. And it took 1 hour to play out. Trading supply and demand in Forex is like being a superhero who can leap over inflation in a single bound and come out on top with your profits intact. There's nothing special about this. You're just refining your area, trying to improve your chances of succeeding, giving yourself a decent risk to reward. Make sure that it's worth your while before getting in on the trade. As we go through here, price comes back up. Now, you can see how it touched into the area, came into it. Here's an engulfing pattern closing below the structure here. You could have gotten in on that trade. Stop loss just above, targeting the low. Risk to reward 2.02. Now, this happens over and over again. Trade in the direction of the trend. You're waiting for a pullback and you're looking for some sign to take the trade. You're waiting for it to show its hand. You know, some people are naturally good at puzzles. Well, with supply and demand in your trading strategy, Forex can be like an easy puzzle where the pieces fit together perfectly for profit. Remember, supply and demand is the bread and butter of Forex trading. Knowledge is power. And in the world of Forex trading, supply and demand is the king of the hill. Learn the ins and outs of this powerful strategy and watch your profits soar. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.